Hey, Patrick. I'll be going back to my hometown this weekend.
Huh? Where did this come from all of a sudden? Did something happen?
Apparently, one of my childhood friends has been hospitalized. I was thinking of heading home to see everyone anyway, so I figure it makes sense for me to go so I can see her in the hospital while I'm at it. Another friend told me her and a bunch of the gang from our school days are organizing a class reunion, so I plan on staying over for that.
Oh, I see.
I'll be staying in a business hotel while I'm there.
Huh? Won't you be staying over at your family home?
Even if it is still technically my family home, it doesn't really feel so much like it since my mom and dad passed away. My brother lives there now with his family. His oldest daughter has her finals coming up soon, and I'd feel bad if I got in the way while she's studying so hard.
I guess that's a good point.
I do plan on heading over to see everyone. It has been a while after all. I just don't plan on staying there is all, which is why I booked a business hotel for the trip.
Got it. All right, Elena. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, baby. I booked us in at the hot spring resort this weekend. I was worried they might not have any rooms left for us because of how suddenly we decided to go. Thank God I phoned in to find out. It turns out the hot spring resort you recommended had 2 spots left. How lucky is that? It's so convenient being a stay-at-home housewife at times like this. I can't imagine being able to book trips and vacations on such short notice like this if I had a regular job. I'm so lucky.
Huh? What's going on, Elena?
Huh?
I thought you were staying in a business hotel in your hometown this weekend.
Oh, Patrick?
Huh? What's going on?
Oh, the business hotel I'm staying at has a hot spring resort.
Wow, really? Is that even a thing? Did you tell me about this before? I'm pretty sure this is the first time you've mentioned anything about a hot spring resort.
Oopsie, honey, sorry. I was sure I told you about it a while back, but I guess maybe I just thought I did after mentioning it to my brother or one of my friends.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, of course I am, silly. It was a really long time ago, way before I actually booked in to stay there recently, so my memory might be a little hazy. Sorry, babe. To tell you the truth, I don't really remember.
That's fine, I guess.
Oh no, I gotta go. I need to go and buy some supplies for the trip at the supermarket. It's been a while since I went on a trip this long distance, so I've got some major stocking up to do. Sorry if I confused you, babe. There are no changes to my plans to see my brother or visit my friend in the hospital, so don't worry, okay? You could just forget about all that stuff I just said.
Right, got it.
Hey, Patrick. Just letting you know I arrived safely at the station in my hometown.
That's great, Elena. I'm really pleased to hear it.
I'm about to stop by to see my brother and his family, and after that I'll be visiting my friend at the hospital. After that, me and some of the girls from my old class plan on meeting up for some drinks in the hotel lobby before letting our hair down and shooting the breeze for a little while at the hotel hot spring resort. Then tomorrow is the class reunion. I'll be pretty busy over the next couple of days, so there's a chance I won't be able to reply straight away if you message. It's probably for the best if you wait until I'm done with everything here before reaching out again.
I see.
If you need anything, just message me or leave me a voicemail and I'll check it after I get wrapped up here.
Alright, understood. You really are going to be a busy girl, huh, Elena?
Hey, Vince. I just got done visiting my brother and his family and finally got checked into the hot spring resort. When will you be arriving? You said you'd be heading straight down after work, right? Did you clock off yet? Are you on the train already? Oh yeah, guess what? My blockhead husband still doesn't have the faintest idea what I'm actually doing here. Imagine his shock if he knew his wife was doing it with his own cousin behind his back. I told him I was only coming back to my hometown to see my brother and visit a friend in the hospital, and he actually bought it. Can you believe how dense that guy is? Oh yeah, and that's not all. I accidentally almost let everything slip when I messaged him thinking I was talking to you, but I covered it up by saying the business hotel I was staying at had a hot spring resort. I thought the jig was up, but he fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Obviously that pea-brained moron is paying for the whole thing. We can finally be together without having to hide or caring what anyone thinks, baby. So let's just make the most of it. Let's have the time of our lives on my husband's dime. We can make steamy love in a luxury hot spring for free. How does that sound, my big hunky stallion?
Alina, could you just confirm the hotel name so I know I'm headed to the right place? I'll need our room number too.
Sure thing. The hotel's called The Naughty Kitten, and we're in room 69. Hurry up and get here, big boy. My juices are already flowing at the thought of you grabbing hold of me with those big manly hands and violating relentlessly until I can barely walk. Ravage me, baby.
Got it. Hey, Vince. Where are you, asshole? Huh? Wait. Is this Patrick? Well, ain't that a blast from the past? What's it been now, like 3 years? Asshole? Is that the way you greet your cousin? I asked you a question. I'm on the train. Why? You wouldn't happen to be on your way to the hot spring resort where Alina's waiting for you, would you? No. I knew it. So you did know. What? What? No what? You're on your way to spend the night at a hot spring resort with my wife, right? What the crap's gotten into you, Patrick? Like hell I'd put my hands on your wife. What do you take me for? Jeez. A lying asshole. You can drop the act already because I know everything. Huh? What are you talking about? Alina accidentally sent me a bunch of messages that were intended for you. That's how I found out about the affair. God damn it, seriously? And that's how I know you're on your way to a hot spring resort to spend the night with her. God shitting damn it! Why did she have to go and do something so stupid? I always knew you had loose morals when it came to women and money. But I gotta admit, I never thought you had it in you to get involved with another guy's wife. Do you know what, Vince? I used to think you were a nice guy. But it turns out you're the most unprincipled asshole I've ever met. Screw it. What's the point in denying it if you already know? You're right. I'm piping your wife. We're spending the weekend on vacation together at a luxury hot spring resort. The plan is to bang her brains out all weekend in our private room with an open-air tub. I see. What the hell kind of response is that? Do you even understand what I just said? I'm plowing your woman, loser. You could at least give me a good reaction. The fact that you went out of your way to message me after 3 years like this must mean you're here to try and stop me, right? I guess you could say that. Good luck trying to do that when you don't even know which hot spring resort we're staying at. The Naughty Kitten. What the heck? I pretended to be you and asked for the address when Alina messaged me by mistake. Holy heck, you gotta be joking me! There's only one hot spring resort called the Naughty Kitten in all of America. It was only a matter of time before I found you once I had the name. Holy Jesus balls, are you for real right now? If you pull out now, I'll knock a small amount off the compensation you're gonna owe me real soon. Compensation? However, if you ignore this warning and go ahead with your hot spring resort vacation with my wife, there's a strong possibility I'll charge you double. Double? Damn you, asshole! I don't think that's any way to speak to someone when you're in desperate need of their mercy and lenience, Vince. Anyway, what will it be? Fine, you in. So, I just need to go home? Yes, and then you need to block Alina's number. If I find out you guys have been in contact behind my back after today, I swear I'll charge you so much compensation you'll be stuck in an endless cycle of debt and suffering for the rest of your life to pay it off. Jesus, Patrick, point taken. I didn't know you could be such a hard ass.
Vincey, baby, where are you? What's taking so long? Hurry up. I'm ready to get down and dirty, you big slowpoke. You know, there isn't a day that goes by where I don't wish I met you first instead of that loser Patrick. Sure, he makes a lot of money, and it's nice to have everything paid for without ever having to work, but my God, is he boring. He's a total wet noodle. Still, this little thing we have going on now ain't half bad, huh? I think we should carry on as we are for now. I want to use as much of his money while I can, while he still has it. You always hear people say love and marriage are two different things, but it really is true. I'm not ready to divorce my ATM husband yet, but you're still my number one baby.
That's funny, because I despise you.
What the hell?
Elena, you still haven't noticed, have you?
What are you talking about, Vince? Quit acting weird.
Jeez, how dumb can you be? Sure, our display pics do both coincidentally happen to be pictures of dogs. And I guess the breeds do kind of look similar, but still. I thought you noticed if you kept making the same mistake, but it looks like I severely overestimated your intelligence and literally have to spell it out for you.
What the...
Are you familiar with the concept of messaging the wrong person?
The wrong person?
This is not who you think it is.
It isn't?
It's me, Patrick, your husband.
No way.
Hey there, you cheating whore. You should know that you're wasting time if you're trying to get in contact with Vince. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse that included a smaller compensation payment. Something tells me you'll never hear from him again.
No, Patrick, don't you see? You've got this all wrong, I swear. It was just, a joke. Yeah, that's it. This whole thing was nothing but one big fat prank. The truth is, it's actually a big group of us staying here. Me and Vince are staying in separate rooms, I promise.
Cut the crap, Elena. It's too late for you now.
Please forgive me, I'm begging you. Listen, baby, how does this sound? How about you come to the Naughty Kitten and we spend a night of wild passion between the sheets? Will that make this better for you?
Excuse me?
You know, like, we could spend the night together is my way of apologizing.
Please don't say such disgusting things. I don't have a sick bucket nearby.
What? But why not? I can't think of anything more amazing than vacation at a hot spring resort as a couple.
Let me get this straight. You're asking me to spend the night with you, my cheating wife, in the place you intended to cheat on me with?
Well...
Kelvin's on the way to collect you now.
Huh? You mean my brother? Why would he be involved in this?
Of course I mean your brother, and of course he's involved. I just got done talking with him, and it turns out you did actually show your face at his house, and you did actually visit your friend in hospital. It was when he told me that the Naughty Kitten is only 2 stations away from your hometown that everything made sense.
Whoa, no, wait a sec.
He's going to be holding you at his house while keeping you under surveillance for the time being.
What? At his house? No, I can't stay there. My niece has exams soon.
Kelvin told me all about how these exams she has coming up are only practice exams, and that in any case, your niece is so gifted and intelligent. She aces literally everything at school with no effort.
Oh my god.
The bottom line is that you're totally fine to stay there. Now, shall we move on to putting an end to this once and for all?
Oh my god, that sounds dramatic. What do you mean?
My compensation.
What?
The divorce.
No!
You cheated on me. What the hell did you expect to happen?
Please, Patrick, I'm begging you. I only did it one time. I thought you had a big heart. Surely you can find it inside yourself to forgive me. I promise I'll never do it again. I can't bear the thought of losing you, baby.
Correction. It's not that you can't bear the thought of losing me. You just can't bear the thought of losing my money.
No, that's not true. You're my special pumpkin pie, and my life is meaningless without you. I love you, baby. I love you and no one else. It was never about the money. That was just crazy talk.
Why are you even there? Why are you even trying to hide it? Did you forget about all those messages you sent me by mistake? Listen, Alina. There may have been a time when I was your special pumpkin pie. Those days are gone now.
Well, those messages, they were,
Oh, looks like your brother is about to arrive.
Huh?
You said room 69, right?
Wait a sec. Did you pretend to be Vince even though you knew I didn't mean to message you just to find out my room number?
Bingo. Impressed, Alina. Maybe you do have a brain after all.
You deceitful prick, that's not fair.
I'd say cheating on me was a little more deceitful and unfair, but whatever floats your boat.
Patrick, will you hear me out? I swear on my life that if you forgive me this one time, I'll never ever cheat on you again for as long as I live.
Give it a rest already, okay? Didn't I just tell you? I despise you.
What?
Expect a visit from my lawyer in the coming days.
Wait, no! You can't seriously mean that, right?
You'll see how much I mean it soon enough. All future communications will go through my lawyer. Goodbye.
Oh my god, who even does this? I don't want a divorce!
After that, my brother-in-law Kelvin explained the situation to the receptionist at the Naughty Kitten and checked Alina out early. Thanks to his support and the assistance of my incredible lawyer, the divorce was finalized without a hitch. Amazingly, I even got my compensation quickly in one lump sum. As for my cousin Vince, she got disowned by the entire family when they found out what he did. I don't have a clue where he is nowadays, and to be honest, I don't care. As for my ex-wife, Kelvin tells me she's still desperate to patch things up with me and spends her days tormented by consequences of what she did. Thank God I work from home and was able to move as far away from her as possible, huh? Remote workers? Raise your dongers. Hooah!
Robert, your little brother Winston just got accepted into med school.
Oh, hey, Mom. Yeah, I just heard. Winston told me. I congratulated him.
Me, Winston, and your father are going out to a luxury sushi restaurant to celebrate the good news tonight. Obviously, you won't be joining us. All the reviews online said that this is the most luxurious restaurant in town, so it's clearly not appropriate for someone like you. You will, however, be footing the bill, so I expect you to make your way down to 5th Street the moment I message you to let you know we're done eating.
When you say the most luxurious restaurant in town, do you mean Sushi-licious Shenanigans, by any chance? You know, the place famous for being 3 times as expensive as most other luxury restaurants?
Of course. Unlike you, his moronic high school dropout big brother, Winston is intelligent and hard-working. He's by far mine and your father's favorite child, and we intend to reward him for his efforts.
You intend to reward him? On my dime? You've got some nerve. I thought you promised to stop doing this once I agreed to cover your debt repayments.
I don't see what that has to do with anything. But if you must insist on dragging it up, I think you should be grateful me and your father are granting you the privilege of repaying our debts. Think about it. Now you have a reason to drag your worthless backside out of bed in the morning and go to work. I won't be hearing another word of complaint out of you, boy. Do you hear me? If you know what's good for you, you'll keep your mouth shut and carry on working like a dog to support your beloved family.
I see. Hey, Big Pro, is now a good time? Winston? Why are you messaging me we're in the same house, you big doofus? I don't want Mom and Dad to hear what I'm about to say. Really? That was dramatic. Alright, well, fine by me, I guess. Listen, Robert. I'm thinking of giving up on becoming a doctor. Whoa, where in the holy frickin' Jesus balls did that come from? Did I eat magic mushrooms without anyone telling me or something? Why would you do that when you only have a year left before you graduate med school? You're almost done paying off Mom and Dad's debt, right? Yeah, actually I am. I should be done with the last repayment right around the time you graduate. But why? What does that have to do with anything? And to Mom and Dad. They told me what their plans are after I graduate and become a doctor. They said they both plan on quitting their jobs and having me provide for them for the rest of their lives. What the heck? And that's only what was actually said to me directly. When I left the room, I overheard them planning a bunch of expensive vacations and to buy tons of crazy expensive branded goods and accessories. House extensions, exotic labradoodles, vintage whiskeys, gold-plated toilet seat, a Ferrari. You name it, Robert. They're planning on buying it all with my money. I have no idea why they think they have an infallible right to my salary, but there you go. Jesus, bro, what am I even reading? They don't seem to have any idea that it'll still be an intern for at least a few years now that I've left med school. Which means I'll be on $40K a year at best. This probably goes without saying, but I'll be making way less than you do, right? Yeah, I guess so. Mom and Dad love to harp on about how being a high school dropout makes me a failure. But it was thanks to that I was able to start working so early. I've been at my company for 15 years now. I'm in an executive position and get an extra allowance for all the qualifications I've acquired over the years. Plus, I have the extra money I make from the side hustle I started 7 years ago. Right? That's what I thought. Exactly. That's why I'm so astonished they managed to convince themselves I'm going to be rolling in cash the second I get out of med school. Robert, listen. I want to move out of this house. Wow, are you serious? Are you really surprised? You want to leave yourself, right? They've put you through your fair share of crap too, haven't they? Not least among it, forcing you to drop out of high school so you could pay off their gambling debts. And then having the nerve to give you crap for being a high school dropout? Yeah, I guess you're right. The only reason I accepted to take over the repayments is because Uncle Joe was the one who lent him the money. Which means I never had any legal obligation to pay. That's not all. You cover my med school fees too, and I know that can't have come cheap. It's only thanks to you I was able to get in without going into debt myself. You're the one I want to repay my debt of gratitude to, Robert, not Mom and Dad. To be honest with you, they make me sick. Being unemployed despite being fully capable of working would be bad enough on its own. But now they're demanding provide for them for the rest of their lives? What am I, freaking walking ATM? I can't get out of this house a moment too soon. Winston. Come with me, bro. What do you say? I know this might sound weird coming from me after I relied on your money so much. But you have a right to be free of our deranged parents too. To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about it for a while. Here's how the plan looks right now. I'm thinking of quitting my job at the insurance company and going freelance once I get done with Mom and Dad's debt repayments. To put it simply, I'm thinking of making my side hustle my main job and focusing solely on that. I see. I guess me graduating med school ties into that too, since you won't be covering my tuition fees anymore. Your outgoings are going to drop down in one full swoop, so you'll be able to make things work with just one job. I like it. Yep, you pretty much nailed it. And I'm a freelancer. I'll be able to go anywhere I like since I'll be working 100% remotely. Anywhere? Basically, what that means is that no matter which hospital you end up working in, no matter which state you end up moving to, it'll always be possible for me to be close by. Oh yeah, you're right. Obviously, from my perspective, I'd appreciate it if you chose somewhere with decent internet. Gotcha, bro. We only have about a year left before this becomes a reality. Yeah. Let's make the necessary preparations. Got it.
Excuse me, Robert. You have 1 week to get your things together and get out of this house.
What the hell? Where did that come from?
Your little brother's a rich doctor now, so we don't need your pathetic high school dropout salary anymore.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Do I have to spell it out, Dumbo? It means Winston will be looking after me and your dad from here on out, so you're no longer necessary. Get out of our lives and never come back.
Winston's gonna provide for you both as a medical intern? How the hell do you expect him to do that? That's not fair, my brother. He's about to enter the workforce, and with that, one of the toughest periods of his life will begin. You expect him to take care of you guys at home as well as the mountain of work responsibilities he's inevitably going to end up with?
And what do you know about anything, you pitiful high school dropout? It might seem impossible to you because you earn breadcrumbs, but unlike you, Winston's actually going to have a respectable income. He's a doctor, you moron! I quit my job because with Winston's salary, I can get by without working.
Whoa. Say what now? You quit your job? No way. Did Dad quit too?
Of course he did. We recently got word that you got done paying off the last of our debts, so what with that and Winston finally becoming a doctor, we saw no need to continue. No matter how you look at it, there's zero need for either of us to work again for the rest of our lives. I take it your sulky tone means you understand, then? Fantastic. Now hurry up and start packing your things. Oh, one more thing. Me, Winston, and your father will all be going to the most luxurious sushi restaurant in town to celebrate him finally becoming a doctor. Make sure you come down to the restaurant to pay for our meals as soon as I message you, just like always, okay? Do I make myself clear?
Are you for real? You just kicked me out of the house and ordered me to get out of your lives forever. Why would I pay for your sushi? Are you insane?
Think of this as your final act of filial piety towards your parents who so very kindly raised you. It'll never make up for the monumental failure you became, but it's better than nothing. Make sure you have the money ready by tonight.
Do you mind if I say one last thing?
What is it?
Bye-bye. I'm taking Winston with me.
Huh?
Winston, you all ready? Yep. I'm all ready at the station like we agreed. Did Mom say anything to you about going out for sushi tonight? Sure, but I told her I can't go today because I have food poisoning. Wow, are they for real? They went to your congratulatory meal at the most expensive restaurant in town without you? No kidding. I'm not gonna complain though. The rotten personalities are giving us the perfect chance to make our escape. I never thought I'd say it, but just this one time, I'm grateful they're dicks. You're right. I'm so hyped, bro. I can't believe I finally get to escape their forced sushi nights. About that, my buddy from the old company knows a chef at that restaurant. Apparently, he said that he feels bad for you every time you go because they order the most expensive stuff on the menu for themselves, while you just sit there eating french fries all night. Were you holding back because you knew I was always the one paying? There's that, but there's also the fact I'm just not good with raw fish. I thought you knew. What can I say? I guess I really like their french fries. Oh, I see. Anyway, I'm about to head out on the next train. Sure thing. I'll follow you in like an hour, okay? Got it. See you at the next station. Roger that.
Robert! Are you there? Robert! What on earth did you just say to the chef at the sushi restaurant? He just told me you refused to pay because I said I never wanted to see you again.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Did you need some kind of explanation? I'm not sure which part is hard to understand. You pretty much just disowned me, so I'll be leaving the house now and moving a long, long way away. Accordingly, paying for your luxury sushi is going to be a little difficult this time around. Anyway, didn't I just tell you to pay for your own damn meals? How are you surprised by any of this?
No, I can't. I just can't. Do you have any idea how much the bill came to? $1,600. Your father and I don't have that kind of money.
Yep, $1,600 sounds about normal. That's more or less what I was paying every time.
Huh?
Isn't it strange? Your worthless, good-for-nothing high school dropout son was able to pay every time without issue. But you and Dad are struggling?
Oh my God. Were you really paying this much every time? I had no idea it was so expensive.
Yep. Look on the bright side. At least Winston not being with you today should bring the total down a little. This is actually on the lower end of what I paid.
This is the lower end? Robert, how on earth do you have that much money?
Answer me this. How long do you think it's been since I started working?
What?
I've been working nonstop ever since I dropped out of high school. I've had promotions, gained qualifications, undergone transfers, and had lots of other extra allowances added to my salary along the way. When Winston started med school, I started working a side job to help cover his tuition fees. You didn't think I was still making the same money as I was at the convenience store. You didn't think I was still making the same money as I was at the convenience store I worked at when I dropped out of high school, did you?
Huh?
Now, Winston's done with med school. I'm also done paying off yours and Dad's debt, which, by the way, I had no obligation to pay off whatsoever, but did anyway out of the kindness of my heart. I don't need to make anywhere near as much money as I used to now. Which is why I decided to quit my job and focus solely on what used to be my side job as a freelancer.
What's your side job?
Not telling you. I don't need you showing up on my doorstep begging, thanks.
Well, what about the bill for this sushi?
Like I said, pay for it yourself.
But we don't have the money.
Bye. Yo, Robert. I'm on the train right now, but I keep getting those damn messages from Mom complaining about how you won't pay the sushi bill. Oh my God, is she seriously still harping on about that? I just left her on red. Nice. There's no need to dignify her with a response. Still, I gotta admit, I feel kind of bad for the sushi joint. I think I'm gonna ring my buddy and tell him to pass on an apology later on. Now, don't sweat it. Apparently Uncle Joe plans on paying this time around. I wonder if he actually will. Don't forget he was the one who lent Mom and Dad all that money back then. I wouldn't be surprised if he never wanted to give him another cent after how long it took him to get his money back. I came clean with everything this morning and finally told him it was me paying him back all along. To be honest, I'd be amazed if he dug them out of another hole after finding out they'd been lying to him for years. Jeez, bro. You sure know how to time things. Nice. Pure coincidence, I swear. Sure, we can go with that if you like. Seriously though, I wonder how they're going to support themselves without either of us around now. Neither of them have jobs. Mom was 19 when they got shotgun married after falling pregnant with you, right? They've got a way to go until they get their pensions. They have no choice. They're going to have to find new jobs. No kidding. Anyway, my train will be arriving soon. Alright. I'm sat on the bench at the platform. Let's head out of the station together. Yeah. How cool is this? Two brothers about to embark on their new lives in the big wide world together? I feel like an anime character. Cut it out, you weeb. You're in the real world now. You're right, though. I'm sure we're gonna face tons of challenges from here on out, but there's nothing we can't overcome together. Heck yeah. When I asked Uncle Joe about what became of the sushi incident later on, he explained that by some miracle, it turned out that my dad had just enough money left in his savings account to cover it. So they were allowed to leave the restaurant without cops being called. My old work buddy heard from the chef that the two of them are now officially banned from entering the restaurant for the rest of their lives. Apparently, he almost seemed overwhelmed with joy at the fact he'd never have to tolerate them again. As for what happened to our parents after that, they totally forgot I was the one who'd been paying the rent and utilities, which meant that before long, their electricity, gas, and water ended up being totally shut off. Apparently, the landlord's currently in the process of filling out the paperwork to have them forcibly removed. And that's not all either. Being totally out of cash and being too lazy to work, they went into debt again, and this time not with soft touch Uncle Joe, but with an underground loan shark who goes by the name of the Finger Snapper. Nobody heard from them after they got disowned by the entire family. Naturally, I have no intention of looking for them either.